Hi, it's Adam here, and you're just about to listen to a hypnosis session that is designed to help get you in the right mental state to feel that you can actually create not just a side hustle, but a really lucrative business outside of your primary income that gives you a sense of real impact, fulfillment, and a sense of freedom. And that freedom can come particularly from certain types of businesses that can generate passive income. And it's probably worth sharing this with you because originally hypnosis wasn't my primary income. I created a PR agency when I was in my 20s. That was my primary income, but I had a real passion for hypnosis. So I studied postgraduate qualifications in hypnosis. I already had a degree in psychology, but because I had a background in business running the PR agency, that gave me an edge in creating a second hypnosis business. And I described that to everyone that would be interested. I would say that it's not a business, it's a hobby. And most people have to pay for their hobbies. If they follow a football team or they go fishing, they have to pay for that. Whereas my hobby made me money, and it made me enough money for me to want to keep doing it. It was enjoyable anyway, but then it became a lucrative hobby. And a lot of side hustles, I think if you consider them as lucrative hobbies, that gives a different energy than if it feels like just more work. But what can happen is that if you have a lot of passion and enthusiasm for what starts off as a side hustle, they can become bigger and bigger and bigger, and actually could even replace or let's say overtake the income that you're making in other areas of your life. And that would be a wonderful thing if you can have something that gives you a sense of enthusiasm and passion, gives you a sense of fulfillment, and it makes you money as well. And that's no bad thing. My belief when it comes to money is that money that you make or income that you make is a reflection of two key things. It's either a reflection of the value that you create in the world or the risks that you're willing to take. So generally my strategy is to try and create as much value for the world as I can, mainly using hypnotherapy as the way that I do that. And then that gives me income. And because I don't need all of that income for my lifestyle, I then acquire assets. So I'm taking on risk, and those risks also enable me to grow my total, let's say, net worth or value. And for me, that's not about ego or even security. It's about freedom. I believe that, money doesn't give you happiness, but poverty is inextricably linked to misery. So this wasn't for me, by the way, this session. This was for a client that was very successful in their primary role of income. It was in the world of real estate, but they had absolute irrefutable evidence of their success. And they had the ability to coach and mentor other people and even turn that into online products that they could scale. And it was really to empower them to not be dependent on other people and other internal politics, but really take the reins themselves and steer their life in the direction that would maximize their income, but also maximize their sense of fulfillment and freedom. So if any of these things resonate with you, I think you'll get value from this session. It was created for an individual. And on that basis, some of the suggestions might be very suitable for the client that I was working with and not suitable for you. So if you do like the idea of a bespoke session specifically for you, then there will be a link in the description where you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me directly. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful sense of release. That's it. And as you settle, notice that breath going in for deeper and out for longer. Breathing in and breathing out. And as your body begins to relax, your mind can begin to wander and wander into a place where infinite possibilities are waiting just for you. With every breath in, you're feeling more and more resourceful, and with every outward breath, you can feel the surface tension there in your muscles, your tendons, just beginning to melt away. Any noise, any sensations around you only take you deeper, deeper and deeper into your own inner world. A world where you are free to imagine, to explore, and choose. I want you to get a sense that true freedom and empowerment is not waiting in limbo. It's making choices. Choices of what to say, what to do, whether or not to send an email, to close a loop. This is your future and your life, after all. And now, in a moment, I'd like you to imagine that you're standing on a quiet beach at sunrise. The sand soft and warm beneath your feet, waves gently lapping at the shore. And each wave that flows in brings with it a sense of calm clarity. And each wave that rolls out just washes away distractions, doubts, or delays. And as you walk along that shoreline, you notice something curious in the sand ahead. A collection of smooth stones, pebbles of all different colors, and each stone represents something that is unfinished, uncertain, an open loop. And with every stone you pick up, you make a choice to either resolve it, release it, or return it with purpose. You're not waiting for these stones to do something. These are choices you get to make. And as you pick up these stones, you can feel the weight, but also the power. The power to decide what you will carry forward and what you will leave behind. Because you are not here to feel stuck. You're not waiting for other people to make decisions. You are here to move forward. I want you to get a sense that with more clarity comes more possibility. You begin to feel a new sense of freedom. Those stones on the shore are now either in your pocket or in the sea. They're not where they once were. So feel that newfound, amplified sense of freedom with a realization that you are not limited. You have options. You have choices. You have a unique set of skills, experience, and insight that others are just waiting to benefit from. In fact, there are people right now, not just in your country, but all around the world, who would gladly pay for the value that you carry within you and perhaps even take for granted. And you realize that your knowledge and experience and your tools, if it can create a valuable income for you, then it can also amplify the income for others. And what if all of that powerful expertise, knowledge, insight, and strategies can be packaged into something that isn't dependent on your physical presence or your valuable time? What if you could distill that valuable insight and information into something digital, scalable, impactful? And you don't have to create this. You can just document what you do, and the evidence is in your life, your work, and your results. Each campaign you work on, each client you interact with, can be more than just your work. It can become an asset, part of a product, a service that works for you even while you're sleeping, even while you're traveling, even while you're enjoying your life. Just imagine double or treble your current income flowing to you while you sleep. And as you build step by step, what if that side hustle, that fun, lucrative hobby becomes a bridge from where you are now to where you want to be? And I wonder if you can begin to feel a growing sense of excitement, because you know that income can be a side effect of impact. And the more money you make, then clearly the more lives you're impacting. That the more people you help, the more value you create, and the more of that income flows to you naturally. And you know this will make you feel warm and fuzzy because you've already anticipated it. The stuff you've done for free just by being helpful made you feel good. So why would this be any different? And maybe in advance you can feel a sense of fulfillment growing, because it's not just about making money. That's a side effect of you making a difference. And the more focused you become, the more loops you close, the more distractions you release, the more momentum you create. And I want you to imagine perhaps 1 year from now, having an interaction that perhaps now or in the past was a person that you were waiting on for a decision. They had the power. And I want you to imagine a version of you a year from now where you've already built something you're proud of, something that took you in the same direction but on your terms. See that version of you, lighter, freer, more powerful. And imagine that version of you a year from now thanking that person because their inaction was a gift, not a burden, a bridge, not a wall. That future version of you is grateful because it forced them to become more empowered, more resourceful. That version of you is not beholden to anyone, not dependent, not reliant on anyone. If the role wasn't given to you, no problem. You just built it yourself. And as you watch that future version of you, notice how they move, how they think, and how they smile, knowing they turned ideas and experience into income, impact into independence. And when you're convinced that that future version of you has your pride and admiration, let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you now. Feel what it likes to be that person. And imagine logging into something, maybe an online bank account or an app on your phone, and seeing this version of you has a higher income, but is also receiving messages of appreciation. You are earning more and impacting more, and that's why it feels so aligned. And you know that the first steps begin now, with focus, energy, and the power of choice. And maybe there's a choice that you'll make in the next few days that makes you no longer in a place of limbo or no man's land, in a place where you've taken control. You feel empowered. You are pursuing your future on your terms. It's time to leave that wonderful beach at sunset, feeling empowered, fulfilled, with a wonderful sense that the future is full of optimism. So as you leave that beach, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, start to connect and calibrate into the here and the now. That's it, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.